I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This is very interesting to say the least. Not what I expect. But Fernando Mendoza is the betting favorite to be the #1 overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. This is via FanDuel. Here's a closer look at the odds. They have Fernando Mendoza. He's a plus 210. Obviously was 340 as of Monday, which is today, October 13th. He's a plus 210. South Carolina North Sellers is a plus 500. Obviously, he went down 30 points, but plus 500 to be a #1 overall pick. Then you have Ty Simpson. This one makes a lot of sense. He's continuing to improve. He's continued to put himself in that Heisman conversation. Makes obviously a lot of sense. Big game last week against Missouri. 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. Ruben Bain. Now, this is a name I think should be more projected to be the #1 overall pick. He's elite, right? Like, I think we did the video this past or today, and we talked about, obviously, the Heisman poll and him being number 3. Like, he's that big of a difference maker in terms of what he could bring on the different side of the ball. Now, I know the last few years, right, you might have gotten a couple busts at that position. Doesn't haven't necessarily panned out at a high level. Now, look, Trevon Walker's a great player, right? But he wasn't what he was, obviously, in college, in the NFL. Let's be honest. But I truly think day one, like, Ruben Bain's going to be that guy when it comes to the NFL level, and he's going to be elite. Plus 850, I think that guy should be way higher. I think he should be around plus 230. I think his odds should be even higher than Fernando Mendoza. That's just me. I'm taking Ruben Bain all day. I think he's the best player in this draft if I had to look and see. Then you have, obviously, Dante Moore. Obviously, he slid after a tough game, 2 interceptions, plus 850. I think that number might slide down a little bit more. We'll see how he continues to progress as the season goes on. Now, I don't know how in the hell Garrett Nussmeier is on this list. He has not looked good at all this season. Plus 1,900. Go ahead and bring him down to plus 8,000. A guy that should not be on this list in terms of the #1 overall pick, even mentioned with some of these guys, respectfully. Jada Mayava, he's continued to improve. I think his odds should be better. He's been throwing really good. But I will place him above Garrett Nussmeier. I will put Mayava at that plus 1,900 to be a #1 overall pick. Arch Manning, I think he likely stays in school. He is getting better as the season is going on, as we hit the halfway point. Definitely, I think if he does another year in college, I think 2027 draft, he'll be a #1 overall pick. If I was Manning, I would do that. Unless he has like an incredible second half. Now, obviously, Mateer was in this conversation in terms of just the Heisman conversation, what he's been able to do this year, but had a terrible game against Texas. 3 interceptions, throwing a lot of lollipop balls, and didn't have a good game, right? But I think that has to do more so with the injury than anything. But he was plus 1,500. He dropped all the way to plus 4,000. Next up, Peter Woods. Makes sense. Obviously, one of the dominant defensive linemen. Clemson's not having the season they want to have, but everything's still out in front of them. They can get a low win streak going, currently a 2-game win streak. They can obviously continue to get in that spotlight. The more they're in the spotlight, the better the odds, I think, is for Clemson, Peter Woods, and obviously TJ Parker, who coming in, there was, all ACC players that had your attention as should be top ranked players and obviously top drafted players in next year's NFL draft. I do think it's interesting that they gave it to Fernando Mendoza. I think #1 overall and him being projected a little too high. I'm going to go Ruben Bain respectfully. Fernando Mendoza is good, though. Let me say that, Indiana fans. He is good. #1 overall good. I'm going to take a pause on that. Take a pause.